There are lots of different kinds of churches out there, lots of different kinds of religions, and each one of them has their own system for devising authority. Some of us come from traditions that suggest that all the people have equal authority, the priesthood of all believers, and they have a democratic system of government. Like Baptists, we're pretty democratic for the most part. Other traditions are more hierarchical. The Catholic, very hierarchical, but that system was really devised during feudal Europe. So the Bishop of Rome, even though he's been around, the position's been around for a long time, the Bishop of Rome really is a prince, a feudal lord. Then there are lots of things that meet in the middle. The Calvinists, they have these great things. It's almost like city-states. A lot of our church structures mirror the governmental structures of the day. And it's no different now. The emergent church is more like an activist movement than others, though it's kind of hard to say that. There's lots of different kinds of emergent out there. But really, that's all we ever do in church and religion. Is craft institutions that remind us of the things we already know or reflect the new thing we're trying to get into as if it's going to be better and it's somehow going to fix what's wrong with us. There is no such thing as a church or religion that will fix you. It doesn't exist. There is no system of government that will fix you. There is no church structure that will make you better. A better person, a better Christian, a better Jew, a better Muslim. There's no such thing. The only thing that does the work that we want our structures to do are the relationships we have with one another, the authority we give one another in our lives, friendships, loved ones, where we actually invite them in and let them convince us of who we should be, maybe even tell us or uphold us as we struggle on our own. There's so many different ways to get at it. There's no one way, there's no right way, but there are these people we invite in, and they have incredible power in our lives. And in that sense, a form of authority where they say something, and we listen, and we take it in, and we take it seriously, and maybe it changes our lives because we lit it. Really, there's nothing, there is no structure, there is no institution that can make us better.
You shook me cold, crawl back inside your hole.
Hey, this is Busted Stuff. I'm Tripp Hudgins. My heart is heavy with everything that's happened in the last few days. I'm not alone. What convinces a kid, just a kid, that he could do such a thing as killing 20 small children? He took a lot of authority upon himself. Authority is dangerous stuff. We have to be really careful how we use the word, how we throw it around, how we play with that kind of power. It's not easy to have a position of authority in a community, to be the person that's listened to. I've been in that position. It's terrifying. It's not easy to be outside either, to feel like someone could be listening to you and they're not. Or to be told by an authority, this is the thing that we always talk about, and I think it's important, we should always talk about it, but we're told by authority that we will never be good enough, that we are women, and so we can't hold positions of power, of influence, that we're gay, and we can't. Or it doesn't matter, you're poor, you're of some other ethnic minority in whatever context, maybe you're poor and white. And people assume you're stupid. That happens. My heart is heavy. And so I ask myself, what right have I to jump into the fray and say something about the life we share together? Who gave me the authority? I don't know. But I think we have to take the authority to work for the common good, to do something right for the world, to stand in the gap with one another and say, no, no more, we're done. No, 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 no. We can't live like this. We all have to claim the authority that we've been given as creatures of this world, people, human beings who wish to love and to learn and to live creatively and generously with one another. We have to claim that authority. We have to lift that up. What gave a 13-year-old girl the thought that her baby would be God? What gave her the sense of authority to claim such a thing? Or did she not? And it's the story we made up to make ourselves feel better, because we didn't know what to do with this kid who was conceived out of wedlock, who turned out to be a really amazing person anyway. So we had to make up some story to make ourselves feel better. And how often is authority just an excuse to get our own way and to make ourselves feel better? Yeah, I don't know. So there you go. It's the third week of Advent. Gaudete. Gaudete. Gaudete Christus es natus. Ex Maria Virgine. Gaudete. Rejoice. Christ is born of the Virgin Mary. Rejoice. Rejoice. Be joyful. Stick it to the powers. Stick it to the authorities. Stick it to the jackasses with the weapons who want to hurt us for no reason. Stick it to the people who ignore young men and young women to the point where all they feel they have left is violence. We have to stick it to a lot of folk. And the way to do that, I think, is by rejoicing. Rejoicing in the face of it all. Rejoice.
I thought that you were dead, but I see I was mistaken. Ooh, resurrection.
So let me do this. Thank you for all you people who submitted really great suggestions via email and on Facebook and in the comments of my last video. So thank you. I appreciate everything you're doing. There's too much to think about, and I'm too angry, and I'm too sad, and tomorrow I'm going to work with my kids in church and try to work something out, and what we'll probably do is just bake cookies, and I'm thinking right now baking cookies is a really good response to everything going on in the world. You get all of it. You get all this. It's all yours.